This record. Thanks for joining us this morning to learn more about our program. Super excited. And we'll get started in just a minute. A couple more people trickle in. Great. And this is being recorded, and we'll have both the recording and the slides shared on our website for folks. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive in after I do that. Okay, great. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. Tia Fleming. I am the Executive Director at the California Water Efficiency Partnership, joined today by some of my favorite Californians working in water efficiency to talk about CalWEP's turnkey training programs for customers and our partnership with Southern California Gas to produce these. So today we're going to be hearing an overview of what this training is and how to get involved and what's included. So go ahead to the next slide, Christina. I believe it is the agenda or our hosts, unclear.
Yes.
No, it's our new brand. So we have rebranded these as the Water Energy Connection. It's a training series empowering businesses to save water, energy, and money. So these are trainings that are largely focused at commercial customers, some of the hardest to reach folks that we work with. And we are just so grateful to have this partnership with Southern California Gas to really be able to get out there and do this good work. Next slide. All right, so today we're here in the welcome. Hello. Then I'll give just a quick overview of our partnership, a little bit of the history and where it came from and where, the purpose of it all. Then we'll go through what trainings we actually have developed and are offered, a review of what we've done the last 2 years, the why partner with us. So we'll hear from some of the agencies that we've partnered with over the past couple of years and their experience. We'll talk about the new trainings that we're super excited to launch in 2026. And then we'll hear a bit about SoCalGas's programs, which is kind of the next step evolution of the training program. And so, yeah, let's dive on in. So this is our, not the panelists, but we're calling ourselves the hosts. This is really the core team of the folks who put on these trainings for agencies. So I have myself, we'll hear from Melissa Matlock, our Deputy Director, just a little bit about how these trainings tie into the Urban Water Use Objective. Christina Saldana, she's our queen of all of our trainings and events. I'm going to change your title to Training
Love it.
And then we'll hear from Nikki Powell and Gustavo Sevilla from SoCalGas as well. All right, so what is this partnership? Why does it exist? You can just go on to the next slide. I think I'll talk over this. Great. So Southern California Gas Company, obviously major energy producer in the state, energy supplier in the state, and has a really wide area that they cover. Their district goes all the way up to Fresno and down to Southern California. So as part of their sustainability work, they support, fund trainings, sustainability trainings across the state. And in particular are, looking at that water energy nexus, especially with water, right? Hot water, water savings. It's all super interconnected. And so we are lucky enough to be able to have a contract with them. We've had a contract for the last 2 years, helping to bring these educational trainings about water conservation and efficiency to customers across their service area. It allows us to really leverage our programs and our existing partnerships, and allows them to bring their expertise to the table as well. Their customer base, right? We share a lot of customer bases with energy companies, and this I think is one of the best examples in the nation of how we can really target the same people and share information to them and leverage each other's strengths. So our kind of vision and how we work on this program is SoCalGas and CalWEP, we're the core anchors of it. And then we look for water agencies to partner with us so that we can target in on a specific region. We can highlight water agency programs, we can highlight SoCalGas available programs, and we can bring these educational trainings to customers. This is the education, right? This is like the broad base of what we do. The kind of step above that, and what Gustavo will talk about later, is also the ability to partner with SoCalGas on actual programs. So on programs that are replacing fixtures or doing direct install. And they have some really unique, interesting funding models that help leverage water agencies who, let's be real, we have less money than energy utilities. So it helps us kind of leverage our resources with their bigger resources, with their contract management to reach more folks, especially low income, especially, folks that maybe are harder to reach, like the commercial sector, to really target water and energy savings. So you'll hear about that later, but in general, we are just so excited to have this great partnership. So I think that's the overall picture of like the 50-foot level wire with 5,000. 50 foot's not that high. 5,000-foot level of why we're partnering together, why we think it makes sense, why we think it's important for the future of a resilient California. And now I will pass it over to our newly appointed queen of training and events, Christina, to talk about what trainings are actually offered through this program.
Thank you, Tia. That was great. So yeah, we are super excited to share with you guys what we currently have and then also what is coming up. So what we currently have are our commercial customer focused trainings. We do hospitality professionals, pool maintenance, and AB 1572. This is the flyer that we have sent out to you guys a couple times about partnering with us, what it includes, how CalWEP comes to, with SoCalGas, and we just bring everything together. It's been such a great partnership, and we love connecting with you guys on that level and helping you reach those goals to connect to your commercial customers. And here's a photo of a hospitality training we did in Elsinore Valley. So there's Haley, Nikki, myself, and Elizabeth with SoCalGas. So our turnkey trainings include venue. We secure a venue. It's not anything the water agency has to do. We really do take on a bulk of all the preparation for these trainings. As you can see here, we prepare marketing material, we conduct the marketing, we reach out in all kinds of different ways to your commercial customers. We do research to find out who the right person to connect to is. And we've been very successful with making the right connections so that we have the right people in the room to hear about the programs, to hear about your programs, and get those rebates out there to your commercial customers. And what we ask of the agency is that you attend planning calls, you approve the marketing. We want to make sure that your logos are on there, that the commercial customers know that this is water agency sponsored. And also they're really excited to get connected with you guys. They, tell us a lot of times that it's hard to get through to the right person in the water agency. So to have, water and energy in the same room for these commercial customers to talk to is key. This has been just really great positive feedback from the commercial customers about meeting with you guys in person. We do ask that you do outreach with us jointly, and then we ask that you follow up with any leads that you get from the training. And the biggest thing is that this is no cost to you. So SoCalGas covers the cost of these trainings in their service areas. So this is just the cover page for our hospitality, water, and energy efficiency training. This training is given by Mandaus Water Management. Nikki Powell has been our top trainer for these trainings. And then we have pool management, water efficiency. This one was really great. We did it at a Multi-Niguel Water District, and we had hotels, HOAs, and other pool management um, professionals attend this training. And our most popular recently has been our AB 1572, Understanding Functional and Non-Functional Turf. This has been given by Carlos Bustos with Medaus Water Management, and this has been very successful. This training is a little bit more specialized for your area. We want to make sure that we use like local photos, that we're using the terminology for your area, even though we're all in California, Southern California, the climates are so different. So we want to make sure that we're representing your area when we do this training. These are some samples of our marketing materials. We try to make them vibrant, try to catch people's attention. Actually shared these with my son, who has his degree in marketing, and he was saying that they were great. The colors really popped. So it was good to always hear an outside perspective. So these are some samples of those. And I'll pass it on to Melissa.
Thank you, my queen. Um, I just wanted to hop in here because for those that know kind of my role with CalWEP, I was really focusing a lot on the conservation framework and the urban water use objective. So I will always find a way to make it all about the framework because that's California. So I wanted to let you guys know that hosting these trainings actually count as a best management practice or a BMP under the Making Conservation California Way of Life framework. So for those that don't know, urban water suppliers need to offer best management practices. They need to be targeted to their high CII water use customers. And there are 5 categories of programs: outreach, technical assistance and education, collaboration and coordination, landscape practices, operational practices, and incentives. For all your high CII water use customers, which I'm not going to go into all of that here on this, we have a different webinar for that if you want to learn more. But you actually have to offer for all your high ones a program for each of these 5 things. Now, a program could do multiple of these 5 categories, but it could be a lot of programs for your CII customers. Next slide. So wanted to let you know that most of our trainings actually count for this. And what's also nice is it doesn't cost you anything to have to put on this type of BMP to be able to count it to the state board in your urban water use objective report. Most of our trainings will do count as outreach, technical assistance, and education because workshops is one of those trainings. And because you're partnering with a nonprofit, NGOs on outreach and education, CalWEP, it also counts as collaboration coordination. So when you offer this program, you can check off 2 of these immediately. Again, at no cost to you. We end up being kind of an extension of your staff in that we do the hard work of making the phone calls, and you just get to say that you did it, right? You get to just check that box pretty easy. And then if you do one of the NFT trainings, that actually counts as 3 BMPs because it also focuses on landscape and landscape practices. So an easy win kind of all around for BMPs.
Yes,
Next slide.
thank you. Great. Thank you so much, Melissa. That really is key, right? We want to make sure that everybody is winning here and reaching their goals. And so I'm so glad that Melissa pointed that out because that is great. So next we're going to talk about our review of 2024 when we started these trainings and what we have completed this year. So we started in September of 2024, and this is through November. We have completed, sorry, I lost my train of thought, 10 trainings in total, and 6 of those were hospitality, 2 in 2024 and 4 in 2025. We had a total number of 138 registrations and 56% attendance. which is high. It's really great for an in-person training. The really good thing is that all of the people who registered receive all of the information. They receive the slides, they receive the links to the water agency, to SoCalGas, to all the programs. So whether they were able to attend in person or not, they are still receiving the information that was shared. And we want to make sure that, we're reaching as many people as possible. For our pool maintenance, we had one event, number 34 registrations and a 65% attendance. And I think our biggest right now is like our non-functional turf, the in-person. We had 3 events, 208 registrations, 88% attendance. We did do one statewide webinar. That one we had 612 people register and 61% attendance. So very excited. That was our first webinar, customer-facing webinar for CalWEP, and we were really happy with that outcome. We really appreciate everybody, all the water agencies who also outreached that for us. It was definitely a joint effort. So thank you. And yeah, so very successful. We're very happy with how these trainings are going and how the community, the commercial community, is really excited about them. So why partner with us? We are going to bring up our panel. We have, is everybody on? Tia?
Yep.
Great. So we have Christopher Garcia with Inland Empire, Haley Munson with Elsinore Valley Water District, Kristen Sumura with Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, and Jessica Hernandez with City of Pasadena. Thank you for joining, you guys. Excited to have you on here.
Thank you for having us.
I was like, are you on? Great. All right. So just going to go through some easy questions. Wanted to, give some testimonials, and it's always great to hear directly from people who've participated. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Kristen, what interested your agency in these trainings?
Yeah, thanks, Christina. So like you had mentioned earlier, I think our management saw the flyers at one of these webinars or training events, and we saw they were being offered. And so we were interested in having the trainings for our commercial sector, specifically for restaurants or the hotel industry, as those sectors weren't meeting our water saving potentials, and they were lacking in device participations and our applications. And so we were first weren't sure how old the flyer was, like, oh, is this a recent flyer? And we reached out to CalWEP, and you let us know, yeah, we're still having these trainings if you're interested. And so we saw it as a good opportunity to try and reach this like difficult to reach sector. Um, and yeah, it's been a great time working with Christina on organizing the training.
Oh, thank you. Chris, same question for you. Chris on?
Chris, we can't hear you. He's talking, but we can't hear him. He's not muted. Go to someone else and come back to him.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Jessica, same question for you.
You all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, so we did our first training in October 2024. We opted to do the hotels, motels, Holiday Inn training. We don't, no, we do have a Holiday Inn in Pasadena, so that actually works. So I think like many agencies on this call, and like Melissa mentioned, we're all working to increase our CII offerings, and this is a best management practice, so it was kind of an easy sell for our executive leadership and felt like a great place to start.
Great. Thanks so much. So, Haley, we're going to do the next question for you. How would you describe your experience?
Amazing. No, truly, it's so nice because, I think like a lot of people, I'm a team of one for water efficiency. So there's a lot of things we need to do, wear a lot of hats. So being able to partner with CalWEP and SoCalGas and work as a team to put these on for me has been so helpful. Because if I didn't have you guys, I wouldn't necessarily have the time to develop all these by myself, or it might take more time. I might have to use a consultant to help support. So I think that's just been really great. Being able to utilize each other and work as a team. I always feel like there's such great communication. Christina's really great with scheduling check-in meetings to make sure we're in alignment with, whatever our upcoming training is going to be, having that open communication, sharing all the documents that we need to share with our customers to promote it. Overall, I just feel like everyone, like, again, works really well as a team. We all have that common goal. So it's just been really
Yes.
nice, makes it really easy for me too.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Chris, do we have you up yet?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Ah, yes, there you are.
Awesome. No, apologies for there's always that one that has just technical difficulties, right? I'm that one today. But no, thank you for the question, Christina. So what I was trying to say, that I think I heard it in some of my colleagues saying it here, but we found a need for trying to have some more outreach and in participation with some of our HOA leaders. So we heard from the events of Coachella Valley, and we wanted to extend that resource out to our region. And so we brought you guys on board, and I'm so super happy you guys were well in wanting to participate as well. So I think it was just a good match between all of us.
Great, great. All right, I'm going to jump back to Kristen. What did you feel was the biggest challenge that these trainings helped your agency overcome?
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, reaching these difficult to reach sectors. When we went through our BMP, we saw that we were lacking in outreach and education with only two programs being offered. And so CIIs historically, has low participation in our devices, incentives, et cetera. And so we were trying to outreach more to the sector. And we were hoping that by having these trainings, we'll see more participation and just like informing the sector more. So that was helping, overcome this challenge. Um, and these trainings, like Melissa had mentioned earlier, like it's aligning with our highest water consumers, right? And so those include healthcare, food sales and services, education. Those are relatively high. And another hurdle that this is helping us is, working as a team together with CalWEP as a large public utility. We have a lot of red tape and barriers. So having CalWEP kind of take the lead and secure these venues and like organizing, it's helping us have these trainings in a more timely manner for our customers.
Great. That's great to hear. I'm going to jump that question back to Chris.
Yeah, great question. I think one of the biggest challenges for us is that a lot of times when we do outreach and coordination, a lot of it's done through bill inserts or some type of flyer,
Mhm.
whatever it is. The personal feel is almost lost. But by having these events, you get the community out to participate in your workshops, and you get to have that personable interaction. And I think that was the biggest barrier, in that we're trying to move over from, all right, we're going to send these materials out, but actually making that connection. And then now that we have made that connection, word of mouth spreads between HOE leaders or landscape professionals, and then more so will be encouraged to join these types of events. In my case, it was a homeowner association summit, providing education for them. But in other cases, it could be some of your other trainings, like you mentioned your pool training, your pool maintenance training. So different things I think could be helpful. But for us, it was the personable. I think that was the best part about it.
Great, great. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. And now we're going to go back to Haley. From the trainings, what outcome has your agency seen?
I'd say the biggest outcome we've seen is just being able to offer our customers more trainings. Like I said, if it wasn't for the collaboration with CalWEP and SoCalGas, it might not be something that we would have been able to offer previously. So you guys already having the trainings available and the willingness to work with us has just made it easier and quicker for us to go ahead and implement it. And I think I can speak to anyone if you want to test one out if you haven't. It's a great way to connect with everybody. And then, Christina's been really great where she and I partnered on one together, and then she'll be like, hey, well, there's another one coming up that's this different topic. Is that something you might be interested in hosting? So she's really good at reminding you and like understanding what might work better for your area. So I think just for us, just having more opportunities for our customers that we might not have been able to do previously has been the best outcome.
Great, great. And I'm going to jump the same question to Jessica.
And then so I think for us, another outcome is increased engagement. Some of the smaller motels that came to our training had never really engaged with us before. Actually, they had some follow-up interesting conversations about device participation and a direct install program we do for water and energy. Beyond that, we actually had one of our large key accounts come to the training, and they're someone who's always been really focused on energy efficiency and really engaged on the power side of our utility, but not so much on the water side. And so this was a great kind of entry and gateway to start that conversation with them, and really get them thinking more about water savings in addition to energy efficiency. Because they actually came to this training, they reached back out to us. And I went out earlier this year and actually did some short, like 15-minute presentations with their housekeeping staff on leak
Nice.
detection within like toilets, faucets, that sort of thing. And then also talked to some of their kitchen staff for their restaurant properties or restaurants on site about faucets, spray valves. So like really quick, but it was taking some of the things that like their sustainability coordinator had learned at this training and then making it into short snippets in a check-in for kind of like their housekeeping staff before they started their day. And so I was able to apply what they learned and what I learned in a shorter form to get it disseminated to the rest of their staff, which was great.
Wow, that is amazing. I love hearing that. Yeah, actually, Jessica's training had a full room. It was a full house, and we were super excited to see how many of the people in the room just they wanted to network. Like I think we stayed like 45 minutes to an hour after, and we have a 30-minute networking window after the trainings. And they were just talking, exchanging numbers, asking like who can come out. We found out a lot during that training, like that, there are sustainability managers that are now being hired at hotels because these BMPs, like they only don't affect like water agencies, but they're also affecting hotels. Like hotels want to hit these certain criterias and they want to lower their utility bills, of course. But they also are being held accountable now. So it was great to learn all of that. And I think, Jessica, you definitely saw that, right?
Yeah, I think if I could just add one more
Yeah.
thing for, for utilities that are, joint, so water and power, like myself, like Los Angeles, we had some a staff member from our power energy efficiency side come as well. And they didn't present, but they were in the room, which I think was also really great as an outcome, just because if someone did have a question, because people come to a water event, but they ultimately have a power question. And if we hadn't had that staff member there, we wouldn't have necessarily been able to answer it. So it kind of helped create more of like a one-stop shop, or
Yes.
just ability for our customers to get their questions answered, as opposed to, the classic, take my business card, send me an email, I'll connect you to the person.
Yeah, definitely. Or passing out an 800 number. Commercial customers hate that, you guys. We want to put that out there now. They want to talk to a person directly. So yeah, that is what these trainings have been creating, and it's just amazing. So thank you for sharing. I'm so excited. I feel like I just hit the jackpot with it. So great. So this is going to be for everybody. So I'm just going to go from my panel down. So Haley, what was your number one favorite thing about partnering with CalWEP and SoCalGas?
Definitely just the collaboration. I think we all have a common goal here. So being able to come together to put on these trainings for our customers was just super beneficial. For me, I know my management, my board love to see that we have this collaboration with other agencies as well. And then also something that Melissa mentioned was, being able to knock some BMPs off from this. Huge bonus. So like, just hearing her say that, I like had to write it down so I don't forget myself when I'm doing the recording. Just ultimately, yeah, the collaboration's just been amazing.
Great. Jessica.
Ditto what Haley said. Those were literally basically my notes verbatim. Um, so I'll just say additionally, working with the staff, everyone from CalWEP's wonderful, everyone from SoCalGas is wonderful. And so it's just a great way to collaborate, but also just kind of share thoughts and ideas. Nikki as well is wonderful. Shout out Madaus.
Yes.
So yeah, it was a really great experience.
Great. Thank you. Kristen.
Yeah, just echoing what Haley and Jessica said, took everything I was going to say already. But yeah, the collaboration has been great. Christina was on top of everything and making it really easy for us to stay on track and planning the logistics. So we've only hosted one training, but we're in the works for planning two more. So I think that's already going to say our experience working with CalWEP on these trainings.
Great, thank you. I know I'm excited. I'm excited for our next one. And Christopher.
Yeah, it's like an echo chamber because I'm going to echo what everyone just said right now. But I do want to add, I think what's really valuable in like this collaboration specifically is that from the water agency's perspective, we can hold a workshop on our own, right? Like we can deliver this message, but I think what makes it very impactful is we're getting different viewpoints. We have the CalWEP viewpoint, which is completely different. You're very tapped in. You provides a level of professionalism, which is amazing. And then also in our collaborations, Christina, when we have brought in different contractors to speak about their perspective on these rebates or services available to them and the property owners. I think that just having these different views to all share the same message helps the the end user, the customer
Mhm,
be able to
mhm.
grasp the concept a lot better. So I think just it's a very unique but powerful group that we have here. And I fully support the professionalism that you guys have provided for us. So really happy with the turnout and we're going to hopefully continue working with you on future events too.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate those kind words from you all. I loved working with each of you. I love, just being able to support you, being in your shoes at one time in my life. I get the frustration and I get I want to do more, but I'm just one person. And so I love that I'm able to now be in that side to help you guys. So thank you again. We appreciate you guys being on with us. All right, so now we're going to talk about our new trainings in 2026, and I'm going to bring up Nikki.
All right, good morning. Hello. So nice to see everyone. So my name is Nikki Powell. As you heard, I'm one of the trainers, specifically on the water efficiency side. So my colleague Carlos and I have really been the main trainers for these, along with SoCalGas, of course. And we bring really decades of experience through our firm, Madaus Water Management, in providing agency and industry staff trainings, as well as doing commercial water audits. So what we really bring is an understanding of these types of facilities, and really like what is going to be needed to get these projects done. So this has been a really outstanding partnership. We are so grateful to work with CalWEP and SoCalGas to expand the reach of the information. And I think what I'm really finding is that people have loved the practicality of these trainings, right? So Carlos and I are really taking the information and presenting it in an actionable way so that these facility managers or HOA folks or any industry professional that attends can take it back and really be able to do step by step, okay, how can I implement what I've learned at this training? So it's been great. And then it's really nice to be able to connect that to the agency programs that are offered. So it's just such a beautiful synergy, to be able to tell them, well, here's what you need to do. And then, oh, here's also the money we're going to give you through your water agency or through SoCalGas to actually implement those projects. So it's been really helpful, and we're really excited to add 3 new training modules for next year. So I'll briefly talk about each of those. So you can see them here. We're going to have hospitals and medical facilities. So this is one that I think is a little bit scary for folks and, a little more complex than a typical commercial site. And so we've done, as a firm, I think about a dozen different medical facilities from, hospitals to medical offices to medical campuses, like at universities. And so we are prepared to share all those lessons learned and then, of course, walk through, for these facility managers, okay, for the equipment you have, here's how you tell. Is it efficient? Is it something that I maybe need to update, and then also things to look for and look out for in the, water efficiency realm around the space. Oh, great. Here's the outline. Um, so yeah, we're really focused on specific equipment, how you tell whether it's efficient or not, what kind of testing equipment you might need, and then what the standards would be for updating it to be a more water efficient fixture or device. So that's an overview of hospitals and medical. And then our next new topic is for education campuses. So this could be, of course, universities, colleges, community colleges, even high school. So anywhere that, you have an education, more of an institutional facility. And similarly, we're going to go through, by water use, what are the equipment that we're looking out for? How can we test them? And what are some of the standards, and do you meet that? So it's really practical. We try to show videos of us testing equipment. We include a lot of images, and there's a lot of also opportunity for specific questions. So if people are like, hey, I have a specific dishwasher at my campus and it's been acting weird, we have kind of an opportunity for dialogue if people bring specific equipment that they're interested in discussing. So that's a great one. And we've, done campuses for years. So I'll just say we've done Stanford, UC Santa Cruz, UC San Francisco, Sonoma State. So we've been all around California, really trying to help universities lower their water use. So we have a lot of great case studies for this one.
Awesome.
Okay, and then the third new module is commercial kitchens. So in most of our trainings, like hotels, in the campuses, there is a kitchens component because those are found on property. But this module is going to be really detailed, deep dive just into kitchens. So we're going to go through all the kitchen equipment. It can be really focused for folks that not only maybe are at hotels, but maybe event centers, retirement facilities, grocery stores, schools. So anywhere that has a large kitchen, we're going to try to do outreach to those folks. And yeah, we can bring really detailed information on how to improve commercial kitchen water efficiency. So those are our three new ones. We're really excited. We hope you take advantage. And I'll just say too that, another benefit of working with CalWEP is we can really customize this type of training as you see fit. So for example, if you have another type of event that you're putting on, we might be able to even tie our training into that so that you don't have to have separate events. So an example of this would be when we have had some of these non-functional turf trainings, they've been tied into like an HOA event that's been put on in the community. And so you don't always have to see it as a standalone. So if there are other ways to really partner this training with something else that you've already planned or have in the works, that's an opportunity as well.
Great. Yes. Thank you for sharing that, Nikki. Appreciate it. And we're excited for these next 3 trainings. We already have one on the books for next year, so excited for that. All right, now we are going to go to SoCalGas. We going to bring up Gustavo.
Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, first of all, I wanted to give thanks to Christina and the CalWEP team. They've made this process easy for us, and they've brought in the experts like Nikki and Carlos. If you've met me before, you've heard me say SoCalGas is not a water experts, but we sure know how to find them, and we do hire them. So. Well, I'm going to go overview of the partnership that we work with agencies. We have various connections. This is a simplified map from the one that Tia showed. Essentially, it shows that we have a very large territory. We have one of the largest spanning territory in the state of California. We serve over 20 million customers, 5.8 service meters, 20,000 square miles, And of course, we're on over 500 communities doing everything from reaching out, obviously billing, and obviously other sectors of the community that sometimes we get involved. Next slide, please. So one of the things that a lot of customers ask or agencies is like, hey, I'm a small agency. Is there something we can do? How can we partner? And we want to show that we can partner with a large or small water agency. Some of the agencies that we've worked with in the past and or have a current contract with is as big as Metropolitan Water District and as small as Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. Obviously, these contracts do differ in scope and budget. Some of them include training, some of them include direct install, some of them include other aspects of the community that we can partner with. And we do take care of various aspects within the community for the different municipalities that we work with. Next slide, please. So we definitely wanted to give an example of residential programs. It seems that these are very popular to kind of dip your toes into what we can do. One of them is the Residential Advanced Clean Energy Program. This program is offered through Synergy. They are our contractor for residential. And most of these efforts are, toilet replacements. Sometimes we do aerators, shower heads, and then we add on to our measures anything that the water agency may want to include. That can be irrigation controllers, some kind of specialty item, let's say like a flume device. And essentially, we try to incorporate it on one single visit. And in the case where we're reaching a community that speaks a different language, we do have efforts to try to reach the community in their native language. So we have a lot of options for agencies that want to partner, even if it's something that they find difficult to penetrate because the community is very specific to certain needs. Next slide, please. One of the aspects that we're looking at with the water agencies in 2026 is small and medium commercial sector programs. This can stem from restaurants, hospitality, even medical facilities. One of the things that we have as a measure is, I'm going to go real quick over the items that are on the right. Laminar flow restrictors, faucet aerators, laboratory flow rate restrictors, and then pre-rinse valves. I know that this is something that are very common in restaurants, but we definitely have options to bring other measures if water agencies want to participate. And it just helps everybody reach the different communities and obviously reduces the cost to us and the agency while making sure that the customer gets like a good service turnkey program. Next slide, please. Another popular aspect that we do is multifamily. For us, we're very focused on the gas measures, and we love to showcase the rebate prices that we have for certain systems. We do understand that in multifamily, we do have common areas and then the obvious unit itself. So we kind of showcase a couple of examples. And this is indicative of a presentation we would provide in an event where we're going to multifamily, HOAs, and other key items like that, because we want to showcase what we offer, but also we want to definitely let agencies know that if they want to participate in the multifamily sector, we have options for them to kind of piggyback off our contracts and offer something for the customers as well. Next slide, please. Now, they always ask us, hey, we want to partner with you, but we don't know how to start. What are the requirements? How does it work? So we definitely made a slide just to outline the bare minimum. Obviously, the customer that we provide service to has to be a SoCalGas customer. Uh, Unfortunately, anywhere outside of SoCalGas, we don't have the authority to do work. So that's number one. Our agreements have to be a value of $150,000, simply because we has to be financially feasible for everybody. We do make certain exceptions when it comes to agencies that say, for this year, I have this amount of money, and next year, I have this amount of money. Can we make something happen? Usually, we can kind of do a multi-year contract and make things work. But for the most part, we're looking to partner with water agencies with a minimum of $150,000 contract. And obviously, we do need to have a reasonable installation time frame. I know that some people come back and say, hey, I got this much money to burn real quick. Can I do it in 2 and 3 months? We really can't be up and running in 3 months, but on a reasonable time frame, we can definitely install a lot of measures. One of the key items that always comes up is, hey, which customer can we touch? I have no idea. And I always tell them it's whatever customer you want. We have programs for pretty much every single customer. And that leaves a lot of people with like, well, I don't know who. So we definitely want to touch on the key customers that I think have the best benefit, KPI, rate of return, or whatever terminology you want to use. Obviously, residential and multifamily is the bread and butter. K through 12, we definitely want to start touching elementary, junior high school, and high school schools. Small business, medium business, restaurants. Again, it's definitely something that a lot of the agencies have been asking about. Medical complex is something that we would really like to get into because we feel that there's a lot of water savings in those areas. And of course, everything in between. Large commercial is something that we would love to get into, but I don't think water agencies are really biting at that aspect. And I do wanted to remind people that if you are a muni, Burbank, LEWP, Riverside Public Utilities, where you have electric and water under your purview, we do install electric, water, and gas at any applicable agency that we can. Next slide, please. Now, we love going out to the events that CalWEP puts together. H2O for HOAs is one of those that I love going to because I am really listening to the customers. They're asking about questions and they're trying to figure out, how to get a program or a rebate or a piece of equipment. And I love bringing up, some of the items that we have. In front of you is Renai, a tankless water heater that you can purchase from one of our marketplace websites for $155.31. When I saw that price, I was flabbergasted. So what does it bring for us? It brings programs awareness, increases participation in the various types of programs. Obviously, community relations is very important. We want to make sure that they feel that we are in the community bringing attention to their needs. Any collaboration with the different agencies, and of course, above and all, customer savings and value. We definitely try to bring value to everybody. Next slide, please. Now, what makes us good in this particular partnership? It's our experience. One of the things that we like to boast about is that we have contractors that go out there and do a turnkey project and then just rave about it on Yelp or Google. In front of you is an example of a customer that gave one of our contractors an amazing rating. And it's one of those things that people kind of overlook. We send one contractor to do multiple measures, turnkey, Customer just has to sign some documentation and everything gets handled for them. It reduces the cost for us, but it also reduces the cost for the water agencies. Instead of having to have a FTE and obviously have to pay full price and pay for the contractor to go out, they're basically piggybacking off our contract and allowing the contractor to do all the work and reducing the cost for everybody. Positive feedback is definitely something we work with. We want to keep our name always in good standing. And I know a lot of agencies have questions about RFPs and other regulatory factors. Please note that we do have an RFP process and we do vet the contractors as per required by the state. And again, we always hire subject matter experts like Tia and CalWEP. Next slide, please. So in front of you is one of the programs that's statewide. We definitely wanted to bring awareness to this program as some of the agencies do have water pumping in their backyard. Lincus Energy is our statewide consultant. So this is a statewide effort for all the IOUs, investor-owned utilities. We all pay into a system. If you want to have them look out, let's say we want them to go do an energy assessment on your pumping facility. If you can go to that website, they will more than happy go out and do an assessment, see how they can upgrade or look at replace certain pieces of equipment. Sometimes it's a reduced cost, sometimes it's at no cost. It all depends on the different factors. But we wanted to make sure everybody is aware that this is available to all the communities. As long as you are eligible and meet the requirements, the program is available to you. And again, this is statewide, so it doesn't matter if you're up in Northern California or Southern California. If you are part of a water agency, I would suggest if you could sign up and see what kind of energy efficiency they can bring to the table. And last slide. It's our statewide food service. We wanted to kind of bring this to the attention to the agencies. I know some of you have other facilities where you may have food service or you want to purchase piece of equipment for a community center. This is something that is available statewide. So again, Northern California, Southern California, it doesn't matter. If you do have some kind of project coming down the pipeline where food service equipment is going to be an aspect, or you're working with restaurants where food service equipment is an aspect, please go to the website at the bottom and definitely apply for any available rebates. Again, this is for all types of food service equipment between all the different investor-owned utilities. And that's just a shameless plug that we're trying to do towards the end.
Thank you, Gustavo. So next steps, contact us. Just want to have everybody come back on camera. Want to thank everybody for participating today. If you are interested and you're thinking, all right, I'm going to try this, I'm going to give it a shot, please email me, Christina@calwep.org. We have a few more spots in 2026 for indoor trainings, and then we have our 2027 calendar open.
We have a
question yes, I was just going to ask, are there any questions?
Go ahead,
Yes.
Melissa.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a question for Gustavo. What are the drivers for SoCalGas that led to the development of these partnerships and trainings? Is it CPUC driven or other? Meaning, how did you win over SoCalGas decision makers to do this? Can you share any insights that could help water agencies in other areas of California interested in working similarly with their local energy utility and be successful?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I get that quite often. It is a directive from the CPUC that we must participate with the different agencies. So it's not just water agencies. We work with various types, even airports sometimes. And essentially, it's to reduce the cost to everybody and kind of, sharing best practices. Um, it just helps everybody. The community loves it. All the agencies that we've worked with have loved it. It's an easy thing to do. And for the most part, it's beneficial to everybody.
Great.
All right. Thanks, Gustavo. We have another question. Is there any potential inroads to similar programs with PG&E in Northern California? And this one actually got upvoted, so that might be a Tia.
Right before I was like, there's some Northern California people on this. I bet they're going to ask this question. So just last year, Resource Innovations, who runs a lot of PG&E's programs, joined CalWEP. And so we've started some conversations with them. And then I think as we share the success of what this program is looking for, I think we're absolutely open to expanding this. So yes, inroads have definitely been started with other agencies. We don't have any commitments or contracts or next steps, but we'll absolutely keep folks posted as we continue to develop those relationships.
And I think if there's a demand, if Northern California agencies want this, then that really helps what the previous question was, our selling points.
Yeah.
All right, Christina, I see one more question in the Q&A. This is everyone's chance to add more Q&A questions here before we end our call. So Christina, did you mention that there's only a few spots left for the upcoming year? Question mark?
Yes, I did. Yes, thankfully these trainings have been successful as you've heard, and we're getting interest already for next year. We only have a few spots, so again, please email me, Christina@calwep.org, so we can discuss the trainings you're interested in. And then, like I said, if we're not able to do it this year, we can definitely plan for 2027.
Yes, we do 6 per year.
All right. Any other questions? Comments?
That looks like there's no more questions in the Q&A and no more comments or questions in the chat.
All right. Again, thank you to our panelists for joining us today and sharing your experience. We appreciate it. Thank you, Nikki, for being on and being one of our amazing trainers. And Gustavo, we appreciate your time, sharing, and your partnership. We love having these trainings. They're great. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Christina. Last but not least, thank you, Christina, for really running this program and making these so successful. So lucky to have you. Great resource for our members and looking forward to the next couple of years.
Thank you. Me too.
All right.
Thank
Thanks, everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.